Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the undeniable, unfiltered, and unbiased Gridiron Gilly podcast, and I'm your host, Gridiron Gilly. Just got through covering the Clemson Georgia game, just got through covering the Miami Florida game, and I just got through covering the Notre Dame Texas A&M game. Now this is the last game I'm covering. It's the most important one because it's my LSU Tigers facing off against the USC Trojans this weekend, and it's a pretty big deal. We got the number 13 LSU Tigers versus the number 23 USC Trojans coming up this weekend. Like I said, let me break it down for you. The 2023 LSU Tigers, they went 10-3 and they were 6-2 in the SEC. This is Brian Kelly's third season with the program. Players to watch: quarterback Garrett Nussmeier had 591 yards last year, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dude barely played because Jaden Daniels was the quarterback last year. He went to the league Heisman candidate, or Heisman winner, I should say. He won the Heisman. Had a phenomenal season last year. He went dumb, went stupid, and he went to the Commanders to the NFL. So we're going to miss him, but I think Nuss will pick up the slack and be a phenomenal player, just like he was without all of the athletic ability. I don't think he has that. I don't think he's going to run for as many yards as Daniels did. And I think that's a good take. Um, Quarterback Kyron Lacey, or scratch that, wide receiver Kyron Lacey. He had 30 receptions, 558 yards, 7 touchdowns last year. Because there was Neighbors and Thomas in the picture. However, him and this other receiver, C.J. Daniels, Liberty Flame transfer, he had 55 receptions, 1,067 yards, and 10 touchdowns with the Flames last year. I think those two guys right there are going to have a phenomenal season with the Tigers, and a lot of people's counting them out. And that, like I said, this is an unbiased show and unbiased opinions by me, but I think the Tigers will be one of the 12. They might be one, they might be 12, but they will be somewhere in there, one of the 12 in the college football playoff this season. Write it down. Bookmark this. Uh, Anyways, LSU returned 6 offensive, 6 defensive starters. I don't know if I already said that. LSU was top 10 in scoring, passing, rushing, and total yards a year ago. Their defense, however, wasn't that great. Gave up too many yards, and therefore were not in the college football playoff. If they were halfway, just a little bit better than what they were, they probably could have been, but they kind of sucked low key. Um, LSU this year will look a little different offensively, like I said, with Daniels, Neighbors, Thomas all going to the league. Losing a Heisman winner at quarterback hurts any offense. But I think Nussmeier has been waiting for his moment, and he has the it factor that you look for in a quarterback. And thankfully for LSU, he didn't transfer and he stayed and waited it out. I think teams will try to test and rattle him early, but he'll make them pay. I think he may take some hits due to his inability to extend plays like Daniels. However, he will remain poised in the face of adversity, and he's going to throw some dots. He's going to throw some dimes. He's going to throw some TDs. Um, they're going to do that little, what's that gritty? They're going to do that gritty, like Justin Jefferson did back in the day. And they're going to have a swag about them like the 2019 Tigers did. Um, all unbiased opinions, by the way. Look for Lacey and Daniels to pick up where Thomas and Neighbors left off. And that's all I got to say about the Tigers, specifically in this game against USC, but also throughout the remainder of the season. Now let's go check out the USC Trojans. And if there's a team I cannot stand, it's Oklahoma and is USC. The top two. I hate those teams with a passion. And also Ole Miss. I hate those guys too. But anyways, I'm not covering them. I'm covering USC. So let's get into it. 2023 USC, they went 8-5. They were 4-4 in the Pac-12, which is no longer existent. Lincoln Riley, this is his third year with the program. Players to watch: running back Woody Marks, Mississippi State transfer. And Mississippi State, they suck. They sucked last year specifically, but he was a pretty good running back. He ran for 573 yards, 4 touchdowns. He had 23 receptions for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think he'll be a good running back with the Trojans. Wide receiver Zachariah Branch. He had 31 receptions, 320 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They returned 5 offensive and 4 defensive starters. They averaged 41.8 points per game and 333 pass yards a game. Their defense, however, was non existent, kind of like LSU's. USC, like LSU, will be without their former Heisman quarterback and will rely on someone else to take snaps. However, I think Lincoln Riley has quarterback Miller Moss to start against the Tigers, but I think this other cat, Jaden Mayava, I think he's a better candidate. I think he'll be the guy when it's all said and done. And at the end of the season, when you look back on it, I think he's the one who's going to make the most impact with that team. Personally, I like what I've seen from Mayava. Not sure how to pronounce it. I'm gonna go with Mayava. Um, but I'm not the coach. Riley is, and he's going with Moss. USC completely reloaded on defense, adding 5 new transfers, 3 of which will be in the secondary. So that'll help them out. Or will it? I don't think it will. I think USC is going to have a tough time this year. They went 8-5 in the Pac-12, and now they're in the Big Ten. Yeah, they're about to get ran all over in the Big Ten. Trust me. I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. All right, back to it. Let's see here. I said LSU has had a tough go the last couple of years. In week one, games, they've had a tough go last couple of years in week 1 games. And these Vegas lights, they're a lot brighter. Will it be a distraction for the Bayou Bengals? It could be. I think we will see a lot of future NFL talent in this game make a name for themselves. In order for USC to be victorious, they'll have to establish a run game, get Woody going early, maybe even a screen out the backfield occasionally. For LSU to win, they will have to throw the ball effectively. I don't see an issue with LSU's run game, but they can't be one-dimensional. The Trojan will have their hands full on D despite reloading. However, my prediction, LSU will win this game, but I don't think they'll be satisfied with their defensive effort. Give me LSU 40, USC 23. And that's all I got to say about that. And the last thing I'm going to say, USC, rest in peace.